Mema etiefone ahwefo akwaba ediba Koda Media TV Society. Edini ye kachiri eja ya wudi asempa media watu ndi chirichiri mu. Ena mdere etiefone ahwefo sabiri. Intide di kamera baso asana ye ndan wa subscribe to Koda Media TV na we kan busu akasene ho. Jubere ni kosono na wa like share na afofo so enye bi etie. Wase alechi na se wantia asem fofora na wochiri nra eye kutawonsada eto so abien 2nd July 2025 NDC for eco lanche 24-hour economy yo sanse wo de board awuru wole chini mwa wo bai won kan hohwe na manfo hwi je gu won so papapa enu na ma wo de ahu pepre akolanchi 24-hour economy na sadi wo koyi eje edi asempa misi sebe nyansan bi anim infaso bi anim just waste of time and energy and resources. Nyamana okoye nenra a Bogus. Chief Executive Gusitana Kasa Babeka. Also the 24-hour economy journey will be difficult. And that Kasan for Ninus on the kind. 24-hour economy, according to know. Ebe yet dim papa. Is that so kwano a preliminary I cherubim or suborn Jatan Kwanso. And tell me going tonight and now me nim you this concept no at the map papa no. Yo. One you know 24-hour economy. As an election time, when you know be a bit differently. As soon as President Mahama kai, as soon as Sabija Fiba kai, as soon as chairman, Saving Katiaba kai. Basa wine. Unhuliti unhulinine. Na what press and eba also no, Muka once more, na you in so prepared document be. What's a he? Is it 73 or 83 pages of whatever? Then no here no Baba can sound one in a are a judgment. Emidi ehun nim faso.
Gentlemen, several 24-hour plus programs and documents have been in circulation for a while, in print and online. Let me briefly explain belatedly the format we used in developing the program. The program is available in a full version, an executive summary, and 8 sub-program books, each of which is self-contained but part of the whole. For example, if your primary interest is infrastructure, you can read just the Connect 24 sub-program. This will provide you with our complete infrastructure program and sufficient material to contextualize it as part of a broader program. We will soon produce abridged versions, popular summaries, and animations to help communicate program ideas and aspirations more widely. We hope you enjoy reading it and will share your reflections with us. We are also in touch with the Bureau of Ghana Languages so that we can disseminate the content of this program as simply, as effectively to all our people everywhere, every hour. Ladies and gentlemen, we are now in implementation mode. We have divided the program into around 50 separate commercial, institutional, and social projects. We are writing concept notes for the first 20 of these projects. These concept notes have so far been our primary tools for engaging with institutional stakeholders, including local and foreign entrepreneurs, financiers, donors, contractors, CSOs, MDAs, MMDAs, community leaders, youth leaders, and others. They will be available on our website for interested persons to engage. We are pursuing several other targets in parallel. Firstly, on an ongoing basis, we have begun to the work of aligning our project with our current and planned government initiatives to minimize overlaps and increase synergy. For example, we have worked closely with the Minister of Agribusiness, Trade and Industry, Madam, to ensure that our respective textiles and garments programs complement rather than compete with each other. This effort culminated in an industry roundtable on June 9th, where stakeholders discussed the direction of textiles and garments policy and identified locations for future textiles and garment parks. The parks will not only be in Accra or in Tema, they'll be distributed across the country so that we can industrialize every aspect of the country where it's required and deemed bankable. Similarly, we are in the process of structuring and negotiating the concession regimes for the Volta Lake Economic Corridor with Ghana Infrastructure Investment Fund, VRA, and the Ministry for Energy and the Green Transition. Secondly, we have presented our 24-hour plus incentives package along with its impact assessment report to the Ministry of Finance for final review and adoption. Our proposals to the Minister of Finance Minister aim to simplify incentives and eliminate unnecessary bureaucratic discretion, thereby discouraging arbitrariness and facilitating the automation of processes. Thirdly, we are conducting feasibility studies on commercial projects, aiming to have priority projects investment ready by year's end. Indeed, we have learned that some priority projects already have bankable feasibility studies that only need updating. Fourthly, and very importantly, with the guidance from the Bank of Ghana in collaboration with Development Bank of Ghana, Venture Capital Trust Fund, and Ghana Exim Bank, we must finalize, are in the process of finalizing our SME on-lending platform and our value chain lending scheme, so that funds can flow to the 24-hour economic projects and the qualified entrepreneurs who run these projects. Fifthly, ladies and gentlemen, we are activating the mobilization component of the program. Aspire 24 and Go 24 may appear 7th and 8th on our list of sub-programs, but they are not afterthoughts. Everything is integrated. Aspire 24, mindset change, digital fluency, Go 24 will ignite a spirit of self-organization and civic responsibility among Ghanaians at the community level where we live, work, school, worship, and play. Communities must be empowered to address local challenges, and ultimately we need to build a truly participatory democracy that functions effectively at the national, district, and sub-district levels. Finally, ladies and gentlemen, we will soon become a statutory authority. The appropriate legislation is being finalized for onward transmission to Parliament. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have made a significant leap towards our goal. We are very, very, very early in the long journey that the President has described. The road may be long, but we are ready, able to walk it. We hope to walk this road with all of your support. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to thank those who have helped us to get to this far. The program was framed, developed, tested, written up, and illustrated by a dedicated, talented youthful workforce and professional team between January and May 2025. Their ages range from 24 to 69 years old. I'm not the 69-year-old, by the way. I am personally grateful to every member of the Secretariat for your faith in Ghana, your long nights, your imagination, your competence, and your rigor. I could not have asked for a better team. However, ladies and gentlemen, the Secretariat is the first to admit that we stand on the shoulders of others. We must acknowledge, Your Excellency, the leadership of President Mahama, whose vision for a productive, prosperous, integrated, innovative, and equitable society has driven the development of the program. The vision, however, did not take shape in isolation. Much of the initial analysis was done by the NDC's 2024 Manifesto Committee, chaired by Comrade Dumsor, who is currently the Cabinet Secretary. Special tribute is due to the members of the 24-hour Economic Task Force team and the Jobs and Employment Subcommittee of the Manifesto Committee. Time will not allow me to mention each of you by name, but I believe that your names are being scrolled as I speak on the screens. And thank you for your remarkable effort and dedication, and your contributions are deeply appreciated. A detailed analysis of the challenges entrepreneurs, especially exporters, face were provided by individual intrepid entrepreneurs, both large and small, who know the system intimately. These producers and their associations are AGI, Association of Ghana Industries, ghpage, Federation of Ghanaian Exporters, GUTA, Ghana Union of Traders, GAU, PFAG, Ghana National Association of Cattle Farmers, the UK Ghana Chamber of Commerce, and others also highlighted the opportunity cost of our broken system. They proposed well thought out solutions, some of which we have included in the program. We are grateful to the development financial institutions, private foundations, development banks, and international agencies, especially Ghana Infrastructure Investment Fund, Development Bank of Ghana, Ghana Exim Bank, UNDP, and the African Development Bank for their invaluable support in shaping both the financing and strategic architecture of the 24-hour economic program. Without the guidance of Dr. Atto Forson, Dr. Johnson Asiama, and the expert teams at the Ministry of Finance, the Bank of Ghana, the Ghana Statistical Service, and the Ghana Revenue Authority, much of this program would not have been possible. I would also like to thank my colleagues in the government, the Office of the President. The Office of the President has led the program steadily and consistently and unfailingly. The Chief of Staff, Julius Deborah, has continuously provided guidance and support. The Senior Presidential Advisor on Governmental Affairs, Valerie Sawyer, has been endlessly kind, helpful, and wise. The Cabinet Secretary, Professor Dumsor, has on many occasions guided us safely and smoothly through turbulent waters, as well as saved us when we needed help in presenting matters to the Cabinet. And of course, Dr. Mahama, the Secretary to the President, has always found space for us in His Excellency's incredibly busy schedule, in addition to graciously reviewing documents meant for public distribution. Our dear friend, former Attorney General Marietta Brew, now the President's legal advisor, has offered very valuable legal insights. Seth Tekwe has always been a clear voice on economic management, and he's always been a good comrade. And without Mausi Jirasa, our team would never have figured out how to navigate the complexities of Jubilee House. I must recognize the profound support of the Cabinet. 24 Hours is a truly multi-sectoral program that touches every ministerial sector of government. Progress would not be possible without the active support of ministers. However, in terms of the productive industries that the program seeks to transform, we must single out the Ministers for Trade and Industry and Agribusiness, Elizabeth Ufsu Ajari, Madam, Eric Opoku, Minister of Agriculture, Madam Emilia Arthur, Minister of Fisheries, Madam Jifa Ablagomashi, Minister of Culture, Theatre, Arts and Tourism. We really do thank you for your patience and your willingness to make your institutional capacity available to drive our different sub-programs. Lastly, and not the least, I commend the leadership of our security services. With facilitation from the National Security Council and National Security Advisor, we've held constructive engagement with the armed forces, the police, immigration, prisons, fire service, customs, cybersecurity agency, and the National Signals Bureau. These institutions have demonstrated a clear understanding of the strategic implications of the 24-hour plus program and are already implementing measures to safeguard our national stability as the transformation unfolds. Indeed, I believe that ports, police, well, they've always been somehow 24-hour. Ports, police, and GRA are now on a 24-hour footing to complement the efforts of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and other ministries, Ministry of Local Government, and so on. So thank you all very much. We salute all of you, your commitment. We at the Secretariat are confident that we will continue to receive constructive criticism and suggestions for further improvement. Criticism is always welcome. We see the 24-hour program as a living program, rooted in science and firm social democratic principles, but flexible enough to respond tactically to a changing environment. We will learn many lessons along the way and make numerous adjustments. The bow that doesn't bend always breaks. This is the only way the program can transform our society in the short, medium, and the long term. Ladies and gentlemen, the task that Ghana has undertaken and that our Secretariat is supporting is a challenging one. However, the social and political costs of inaction are terrifying. I'll repeat that. However, the social and political costs of inaction are terrifying. This is a sensible program with substantial upsides. The people of Ghana are very capable, very resilient, and today they are inspiringly led by Your Excellency. We can say without a doubt that our President is a true champion of responsible entrepreneurship in national transformation. Ladies and gentlemen, we as a country, we as a people have what it takes, and with your support we will succeed. Thank you, sir.
Esanse ye fitani bi adwuma na oye no wo sebe kanda no ana no oye no taifa no enna kokwa apprentice ana workers be 4 abeka ho no nipa na adwo ye adwuma ana adwo nye adwuma mi hu ye one this is one factory na ka woma project ebia ba beka ho na factory se kufuado isisi no na wasisi bia ka ho na eno na wo ka ho asem dia na se workforce no ebe ko nadim labor house no be increase na wotimi e dey achieve goal no na eide ne waye kra wo senye papa na enye papa dia company be factories be na aba be 24-hour economy West Africa ha obi ka kire say obi timi run 24-hour economy na obwa the 16 countries West Africa enye require obi en obi timi aye Ghana ha we don't have the capacity to run 24-hour economy. The only country that can run 24-hour economy in Africa is Ethiopia. It's Ethiopia, cargo and commercial aircraft, passenger aircraft, and 162, and so many tourist attractions. Enti sani aeroprefi abontin bakrum hweni sani ahoho bani statistics kura ma ha kire say 2021-22 wonya tourist funkwa 781,436 and the wofi baby amanso behwe woni so ade e Ethiopia in airport ho wonna orupreba na ebe ni and then you can run 24-hour economy there because the pan wonna with me achema biesa sa na senya wo ye no ha no sa 133 no with me airport ho because bring bia orupreba besi dia ho ba ni o se sika wo airport ho ono so onna enti wo so obetimi ache wo mu no yako no yaba no yako no yaba ni otu aduane wo airport for ono so na ufie for to na wure kuruma we didi obeye na sesa wo ye hotels eno so oberane na o kan wasam dia na you are talking sense but not Ghana o pre ba kokoro mu nibi passenger aircraft ba kokoro mu nibi enti atoro na utwa Ghana for no when you look cow now what team present e pa chow nya okay lunch ya muye me say useless faso bi ani so nyansan bi anim e dada kra ho be dada Ghana fo keke Jana mafo ahwie gu so na ho yira wo na wo be yes adi aso bi edi so mfaso bi edi so was Ethiopia a record 7,000 tourists ranking 73 in the world. If you are seeing now, what come my I hope to be Kosoko when this idea. Ethiopia, it was 73. In the amount for papa. Different things. Amount for Koko. And he said, when Ethiopia competed here, but the movement competitive, oh, BBM. Tourist attraction, Munibi. Debbie. Modi and Walker in Louisiana. Then the parking about baby. Or prevented Panabampo. Ask yourself. This is one passenger aircraft, you don't have it. So how can you run 24-hour economy? Hey, that crap, my friend, my home. Now, boy. It won't kind Europe and he said, oh, boy, they do, boy, present. In the Europe, Cusitano, near beginning our way, FET, or Coca say, a 24-hour economy, I continue to and require the Yampa. Since the moon needs our facilities. Need to be a 4. One day, rank 73, no, wouldn't be. Aye, wouldn't be crack. 162 cargo and passenger aircraft in Ethiopia. One of the way team did the sense in the say, me run a 24-hour economy, 9-year-old Ghana. Into your man paying johnmahama a waste of resources. Mladao, who could say Sikake, a job for the boys. Mumra na mumedi na munkufi. Mamunye Jumaya Mubufua, Mubwendi Sietino, Mumbra lunch and Nase. Mubeje Dina Munkram Kokora. I don't know, ye. Come for so. President Mibia will be so. Mr. President, are you the hope of this country? Hey, President Okasamokai, I wouldn't say I'm the hope of this country. Mama is the hope for Mother Ghana. What to say, Mao? On Egypt, what can I say? You are not the hope of this country. How to you now? When Tibian can't just owe me, sir, knowing the Mamonto, I wouldn't say I'm the hope. Say, I'll catch a journalist. And Tibian can't tell us, sir. 24-hour economy or return. German will move baby. But we can't work on the German Amoto. Debbie. Mr. President Army, who try to reach Ghana for. And I would be president. Fine. It is a so-called Pequambia now let it to Senebeya. Ghana for more baby. Nenso and we there. Echidi obosan se ne moye ne nrai emfa hwe ma emfa ti misio bia ponso me dey be say use but less okay bi ni boma useless kola media tv so bi ni ka chiri eja yo di sempa jube dia atundi chiri mu and am the person meti for ne arafo ma Ghana fo mamunju bia ni Mamu injeni sifu ni da no ya trofo ni si nra no wore pepa wani wu atura wo twa ma Ghana ka twa kire Ghana fo sebe won so wadwene wo fam nti wo to abale ma won na kwa bra miti baby me bu afu bi nto aba ma MPP no so wagine ni so ne hunu wo puru so ntimi nka Akrabe count. I love reading. KKB. Akrabe count. What in here? betu piga eno na da ho no Mr. Lunch no fa so bi ani so idea na mo de ye lunch na ne se yan krofo ko mo di mu yi mo mra mo benye aduan di o lunch na se o kan sade a no be ya dwene na pa se 24-hour economy pa enti na ndra mo di se ejima no pa na Debbie na zoom line fokra na o kan wa so so ba besta no kra wo otuonga obi a yadwuma boso esia abosoma wotwi na obetua na ka won ma no just 1 month na no man papa jai na yen dwene yon yempe yen ban chempisi bi ndi na jai ya okaka no dey entaso ama peni jai men da ho men na da we de wu enum na kaka na wo tekna matiti unu hu na wasrew man peni pasan foforo na kan da na 24-hour economy ye bogus kora media tvs ni bidi dikachi eja ya wodi asempa jumedi no chirichirim nchirimu a esi nra jumedi ni sinra emu nchirimu na bia besomu erebesia